The following is a fictitious episode in the lives of two make-believe hobos. The characters and events you hear are not real. Don't freak out.
Boo, 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 it's Don and Greg. We're back again in this podcast with this new format. It's actually just the same. We are doing our thing in our own way. Welcome to the Boxcar Buddies. We hope you had a very spooky holiday. We want to show you all the fun candy that we got our hands on, except these Almond Joys. Fucking Almond Joys. I hate Almond Joys. Fucking coconut, man. What the hell are you thinking? It's so oily and nasty and mushy, too. It's got the same consistency of a dried out stew. It's not good. It's icky. It's awfully sticky. And I want to cut off this hickey. I don't know where I got this.
Yeah, where did you get that?
I mean, we were at that costume party, and it was a biggie.
Yeah, no, it was huge. Forgive me. I kind of ran out of breath a little bit there, but you're cutting it off right now. Oh shit! No, that's you're spewing everywhere, dude. I told you when I said use a spoon. When I said use a spoon out of the fridge to remove the hickey, I didn't mean like melon ball it off of your lip. You got a little a hole under there now.
It's
right?
fine. Because here, check this out. All right, set the laser setting to stun. And
oh my god, guys! Greg just cauterized his own wound right on his lower lip. The hole that he ripped himself to get the hickey off.
And a little bit of Burt's Bees. Oh, it's so pepperminty. Oh,
jeez. It's still smoking. I wish you could see this. It's still smoking, but now it smells pepperminty. Smells a little. I mean,
you know what?
Burnt.
It smells like the holidays.
Smells like the holidays in here. It really does. I can practically hear jingle bells right outside.
It's a fucking disappointment.
Hey, can you please stop jingling those fucking bells? Halloween just ended.
I've got bills to pay. I have to dress up as Santa.
Yeah, well, you're not getting anything from us. Put that bucket over your head and march the other direction, please.
Come on, just $1. I swear it won't go to any orphanage. It will just go to liquor.
Here's $1 for you. Take my shoe.
Oh, ow! My head!
Yeah, that's right. Back away now. And leave your fucking bells there. I don't need anybody else jangling those things. I don't want to hear them at all.
You can take my freedom, but you'll never take my bell.
And the other shoe. There we go.
God damn it!
That feels like Christmas. That feels like Christmas now.
You know what? I'm glad that you're in the holiday spirit.
Yeah, I think so. After Halloween,
Yeah, it's just 2 solid months of Christmas.
It pretty much is, right? Like, people already have the Christmas stuff going. I've seen them in shops. I've heard the Christmas music start.
I haven't even heard, like, any Thanksgiving stuff lately.
No.
Where's that Charlie Brown Christmas?
I know. They skip right over it. Poor Thanksgiving, They skip right over it. And it's gotta keep all that shit bottled up inside. Like, Thanksgiving is not happy about that.
Yeah. I think people just are becoming more and more like, oh, maybe we should talk about Thanksgiving because of the whole, like, slaughter of all these
American
people
thing, yeah.
But it's got so many tasty foods.
I know.
Any American can enjoy them.
Absolutely. Any American.
Probably
even
except the natives.
Even the natives.
I don't think they celebrate it.
Well, they probably don't. I don't know.
Well, you know what? Maybe they have their own kind of celebration where they're just like, fuck whitey.
They draw all these unflattering pictures of white people on their walls and just depict them being slaughtered and have the kids like sing little songs about it around them, and then they eat natural foods, stuff that they grew.
They eat organic.
Yeah, totally.
Whereas we are eating
Processed foods.
I
Western
mean,
diet.
you really think that turkey that you got from Butterball was a real turkey?
Not for a long time.
I gotta tell you, that thing is probably part piggy.
Yeah, just been. It's an amalgamation of animal parts squished into a vague turkey-like shape.
I've heard it's got some pigeon in there.
Probably, and then just stuffed into an industrial freezer and waits for the month of November for people to just go and buy them up and plop it down on a table after cooking it in the center of a family that you got to talk to.
I don't think people are very excited to eat turkey at any other point in the year.
No,
it's like, oh, you want a turkey club? Ew.
What's your problem?
What do you think it is?
It's June.
November?
It's June, you freak.
Give me pork like a normal person.
You can have a burger, you can have French fries, or you can have real meat. But turkey is only for November, and that is it.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
It's
it's a law written.
I do like turkey sandwiches, though. Not gonna lie, I like some thinly sliced turkey. Like it's probably one of my favorite lunch meat sandwiches.
You know what my favorite lunch meat sandwich is?
What?
Roast beef.
Ooh, that's a good one too. Thinly sliced.
Very sliced.
I love that.
Super sliced.
I love that in the delis.
And then you put a little provolone cheese on it.
Now you're speaking my language.
It just causes you to sink down in your seat.
There you
really
go.
Sink
Yeah,
down.
yeah, it weighs down on you.
Oh, it just feels so heavy on your soul and your body.
Did you eat some roast beef before we got over here?
Maybe.
I got you. I can actually, over the burnt peppermint, I do still smell some roast beef there. But I also smell an audience has joined us.
We have people listening to us right now. Oh my God, that must mean it's time for another episode of the Boxcar Buddies.
Yeah, that would be us. This is my man Greg over here.
That's me, and that's my boy Don over there.
That's me. And what Greg and I do is we like to meet up at least once a week around the city of Chicago, where we both take residence. And, taking residence is a bit of an overstatement, as Greg and I are both homeless. We are without permanent shelters that we can go to every night, but that doesn't stop us from being friends and from meeting other people in situations like ours. And it also doesn't mean that we don't feel pressures or unpleasant parts of our days that we would like to escape from. And to do that, we jump into various contents, whether that might be movies, music, TV shows, video games, books, anything that anything that people can escape into with good stories and good characters and lessons and all that, because it's something different that's not
something that fills in our brain. Oh, maybe life is okay.
Yeah, exactly. It gives you that message. It gives you the feeling that we're all going through shit together, and you're not alone out there. And so that's another part of why we like to meet up and talk and discuss how we both feel about the content that we consumed the week prior. And Greg, I'll go ahead and kick it off here myself right now. I will tell you about some content that I finished up.
Oh yeah,
last week. It's actually a longer journey than just last week, but it's a trilogy of books, and I finished the third book last week. Went over to the library. Harold Washington, right downtown in the Loop, the fun little gargoyles at the top, the nice atrium on that floor with all the secret publishings and all the research-only books that you're not allowed to check out with. All that fun stuff.
Ooh.
And I sat up there with Martha. She's been working at the library for many, many years. She has all kinds of fun little tidbits.
She's the lady that has the super thick glasses, the eye patch, the snaggletooth.
Which is funny because it's she has dual glasses, but one of her eyes has a patch underneath the glasses. It's really, it's goofy. Why would you not just have a monocle?
Yeah.
One of your eyes is covered. But it's her fashion statement. That and the spurs on her shoes. She has high heels, but with spurs on them, total Western thing. But
yeah, she's like a librarian cowboy.
Yeah, exactly. And she doesn't take any shit either.
She'll whip out her pistol whenever you're late on your returns.
Quick draws on that.
We'll make sure to bring back that book there, Sonny.
It is creepily accurate to what she does sound
Before
like.
I put holes right where your nipples used to be.
Hey, I've got 2 more days on this book, Martha. All right, relax. Oh, shit.
Right in the spittoon it is.
You should stop drinking, Martha, those shots of whiskey. It's only 3 o'clock.
It's the only thing that gets me through the day.
Fair
I'm
enough.
another kid forgetting their copy of Moby Dick.
Yeah, that's a classic read, Martha. Why don't you slide one of those shots over to me, by the way? Please.
All right there, handsome.
Thank you very much.
You have yourself 4 fingers.
Ooh. That is homemade. That tastes homemade.
Made by Grandpa.
Oh,
Inside our bathtub.
that's wonderful.
You know, we've been thinking about spreading that secret recipe. We've been leaving notes in all the children's books around here. Maybe start 'em young.
Really?
We've got code in the Cat in the Hat. See if you can figure it out.
I will take a look.
You are the kind that isn't exactly great at reading anything that was of greater knowledge.
Yeah, that's true. I am a fan of Dr. Seuss. I would have gone to Cat in the Hat eventually. Thank you, Martha. That's great.
Make sure to check out Yertle the Turtle. You know, Turtle isn't the only thing that he likes to talk about.
Really? I didn't know that. Yertle the Turtle.
Wink, wink.
Okay, you can put your skirt back down. This is getting a little bit. It's getting a little too personal for me,
See what
Martha.
you like there, big boy? Hold on. I have a little excess skin that's getting in the way.
Oh no! Oh, and she has a Dr. Seuss tattoo right on the thigh there.
They've
That
been
is.
folded over like a baklava.
I can't tell if that's a caterpillar or if it's like an accordion or something. It's very stretchy.
Well, thank you, son. It's from all the bubble gum that I've been swallowing all these years.
Oh, boy.
That's a hint for you. That's what I like to put into my sarsaparilla.
Oh, bubblegum? That's not
I
bad.
use bubble gum as part of my recipe.
I think it takes a while to digest, though.
But I won't let you find out the rest of that recipe until you start reading.
All right.
You punk-ass little bitch.
Okay,
Get
Martha.
back to reading.
I will. Thank you so much. See you later. And that's pretty much how it went, actually, with Martha.
I can't believe you let her talk to you like that, but I would too
Hey,
if
I
I
don't-
had a gun.
I don't have a library card. You know what I mean? Like she lets me come in there and I get to check the books out and stuff, and it's just because she lets me, or I let her lambast me like that and show me some tattoos and all that. So yeah, it's a cost, effect relationship and all that. But anyway, the books that I read, including this third one that I finished last week, Greg, the trilogy is called The First Law Trilogy, and it's by an English author named Joe Abercrombie, and it's his first published work. The first book is called The Blade Itself. Second book is Before They Are Hanged, and the third is The Last Argument of Kings. And this trilogy,
Wow, profound titles. There.
I know exactly. Yeah, some
Gee,
deep,
I wonder what
deep
these
thinkers.
books are about. Are they about murder?
They are fantasy. It's a fantasy series set very classic, an old kingdom, barbarians to the north. It's not. I'll compare it to Game of Thrones, Greg, because I just think that that's an example that everybody can kind of make.
Everyone understands the reference.
Exactly, it's a reference point for anybody. So it's in that same vein, but obviously not the same world and not exactly similar. As a matter of fact, one difference right away I'll tell you is that in Game of Thrones there's a massive ensemble of characters that can be hard to keep straight sometimes. In the First Law trilogy, it's only about 5 or 6, maybe 7 major characters that you are reading from their point of view. So those are the ones that you kind of have to follow. And there's obviously, it's the third person omniscient style. So even when they're having a conversation with side characters, you kind of can still know what the side characters are thinking, because they'll say something like, "Oh, he gave a twitch of his face indicating surprise," and you're like, "Oh, so I guess this guy was surprised."
Some very on the nose writing.
Yeah. Well, no, I don't want to say that about.
He scratched the inside of his nostril to let us know that he had an ingrown hair that was really bothering him,
and puzzled him greatly. But yeah,
he was profounded, confused even, as he pondered, "Why is there an ingrown hair inside my nostril?"
and as he fell down the stairs, his eyelids furled in such a way that indicated pain and also confusion.
And he screamed in the back of his mind, "Did I get milk? I think I did.
Crunch.
Oh,
Yeah,
there
no.
goes my pelvis."
Right. No, I don't want to say that like Joe Abercrombie writes that way. It's not bad or anything. It's just that that's the style of like the third person omniscient style, where you kind of can understand to some degree what everyone is thinking, even more than just the point of view characters that you're reading through. But anyway, the point is that like this world is full of great characters, and the major characters that you do read through the point of view chapters, they're some of the best characters that I I've ever, taken a journey with along books. I mean, Logan Nine Fingers is a barbarian in the North named because he lost one of his fingers when he was a kid, and he's just this guy that he's revered all throughout the land for being like this brutal killer. Doesn't care
but
about.
By night, he's a beautiful, beautiful opera singer.
It's more like when you're reading it from his perspective, you can't reconcile his reputation with how he conducts himself, with how he speaks to other people. And then by the end of the first book, it's kind of revealed why people call him the Bloody Nine. It's basically like kind of almost a split personality kind of a thing. And that's very, very cool. This other character, one of my favorites in all of literature, Sand Dan Glokta. He's basically one of like these king's generals. He was like a young, brilliant fencing champion, like a great militaristic, had a bright future, then gets captured by an enemy force and is tortured for 2 years. And he comes back till he is released, he gets escaped, and he's basically like crippled. He's gruesome to look at. His whole physical appearance has changed, and his whole life has changed now. And he basically runs the Inquisition part of the kingdom, which is like the House of Questions, which is where people get tortured in order to get the information that the Inquisitor is seeking.
He was tortured so bad that he became a master of torture.
Exactly. So his mind
I remember
and
the time that they ripped my nipples off. Let's do the same.
yeah,
I'll take one for you too.
yeah, it's a lot like that.
Hey, they took my molars back in the camps. You've got all your molars.
Let me take some of yours.
I've been missing some wisdom ever since these attacks happened. Maybe I can take some of yours.
And your teeth.
Can I have your face while I'm at it?
Right. So that's what Glokta's like. There's another one, Jezel, Dan Luther, but you just know him as like Jezel. And he's this he now is like you meet him as a young, carefree soldier in the army who's always gambling, looking to bang like any women that are around, like very, very classic, like frat boy kind of carefree dude. Yeah. And the progression that his journey takes over the 3 books, he's a completely different person by the end, different station, sort of a prisoner of sorts. It's very, very, like very, very cool. And just there's obviously magic is not big, but there's some around. There are some people, very few, who know how to utilize it, and the way that Abercrombie describes it happening is very cool. Sort of the not just the conversations and discussions, but I mean just the internal monologues of some of these characters, and most crucially, and the one thing I want you to take away from this is that the 3rd book is so full of payoffs. It is unbelievable. Like, for whatever reason in trilogies, when you look at them in hindsight, the 2nd chapter seems to be the strongest for different reasons. In this one, in the First Law, the last book, Last Argument of Kings, by like a quarter of the way through the book, anything that I was looking forward to having happened or seeing was already done, and they were moving into different directions. So they brought things to a close, and there's all these payoffs that they had built up to from the seeds they planted in the first 2 books, and then all of a sudden you're left with the book's about 650 pages, so by page 200, you're still looking at like 450, and all the things that you've been looking forward to have already happened. But it's not they don't go down from there. It just keeps on ramping up. And all the new things that you had no idea were coming are very satisfying, taking characters in different directions that you didn't see coming. It's wonderful. I would not be at all surprised to see this trilogy made into some kind of maybe animation, or it might even be a live action show that somebody takes a part of,
or a poorly reenacted movie with Nicolas Cage and made for TV actors.
Yeah, I could see that actually as well. It could be, depending on who gets the rights to it or whatever.
A straight to Netflix film.
It might be a straight to Netflix thing, or Amazon or Hulu or whatever, but either way, it's as bad as the live adaptation might be. It's the kind of thing that I would still watch because these books are so strong. And I learned about the author section of the book that this is the first publication by Joe Abercrombie. And in a writer is not his daytime job. He's an editor. He edits documentaries and live music, from everything from Iron Maiden to Coldplay, and then he writes fantasy in his spare time. So that Iron Maiden to Coldplay thing is right out of the book, by the way. Like, that was what they described it as.
What? Wait, so he's using Coldplay as inspiration? What? I'm losing myself here.
No. His normal job is like an editor, a film editor. He edits documentaries. He edits footage of live concerts. Doesn't matter.
And in the free time, he pops on some Coldplay to
and pens some fantasy
really
novels
right through these stories.
Now talk to me, Chris. Let me get in here real good. Yeah, that's. I thought that was an interesting part, but so that's arguably probably part of why this is only his first publication, and it was just. I was blown away by it. It reminds me, I know I've talked about it on the show before, Greg, Patrick Rothfuss and the Name of the Wind, the Irish folklore and all that. This reminds me of that because that was Patrick Rothfuss's first publication, and he came onto the scene with such a bang that all of a sudden he's already regarded as this heavyweight of fantasy writers. And I feel the same way with Joe Abercrombie. This guy, this work, The First Law, it stands up with any fantasy I have ever read, among the best stuff out there. And I can't wait to see what else the guy does. I know he's got some novellas that are in this universe, and I'm looking forward to reading them. But if you like fantasy, if you like, reading the books, like if you're like me waiting for the next installment of Game of Thrones, or you're always constantly trying to fill the void left by Harry Potter, or anything like that, The First Law is definitely for you. Blade itself, Before They Are Hanged, and The Last Argument
Heaven
of
and
Kings.
Hell Retribution.
No, right. Those three. Check them out, man. They're worth your time.
Ride
100%.
to Die. The fifth book in the series. Hard to Kill.
Yeah.
Number 6.
No, these are James Patterson books, man.
Number 7, I used too much sugar.
The tea's gone bad.
Number 8, I forgot the concrete back at my house. Give me 2 hours. I gotta go drive back.
Right.
Otherwise, I'd have to buy more, and I don't have the coin for it.
Yes. Number 9.
Hat trick.
And number 10, Mom's finally had it with my wife. Our family's going to shit because I adopted this poor kid, and now Dad's leaving to drink forever.
Number 11, The New Wedding.
Yes. Yeah, all of those. Joe Abercrombie, First Law trilogy. Check it out.
Wow.
That's what I did.
What a fantastic journey.
Reading some stuff. I used my readers.
You used your eyes.
Right up in the face.
I also used my eyes.
What did you
But
consume?
in a very different way.
Really?
So,
okay.
Freak has been trying to do like this like team building exercise stuff with the Free Clinic.
Is he trying to build a team of workers?
Well, he has that, but I think he's trying to build like companionship because most of the doctors there are kind of like doctors that like couldn't get into a big hospital.
Right, they're sort of the bottom of the barrel style of what they're doing.
I got to be a doctor somewhere.
Yeah.
So Free Clinic is what I got.
Why not?
So in any case, he thought it would be a good idea to all take us out to Wisconsin.
Oh, okay.
He said,
All right, everyone, get inside the big van. We're going to take a trip down to Waukesha, and we're going to check out the fairground.
He mispronounced it. Waukesha?
Yeah, Waukesha.
Why are there no windows in your van?
So then it doesn't ruin the surprise of where we're going.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Use a bottle. I don't have enough gas to stop.
It's so bumpy.
but yeah, we all went to the Wisconsin Fairgrounds.
Fairgrounds. Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it was like this big, like, goofy fucking haunted house thing. Like, there are 3 houses that you get to go through in a row if you paid the prices. And luckily, Freak had an extra ticket, and he's like,
Greg, I think I need a camp counselor with me.
Sounds like he probably needed some help up there, yeah.
yeah, he really needed, I think he needed the moral support from me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the other doctors would have given it to him.
No.
I don't think they would have gotten in the van without me either.
Probably not. No,
Yeah.
these are doctors. There's walls around their hearts, so they definitely.
I don't understand what
borders.
they were screaming about. I'm like, yo, we're going on a free trip.
Totally.
We're going on a free trip to go see some spooky stuff. And then like one guy's like, I didn't get a parental slip. Or like, I don't get paid enough to do this. Or
Dweebs.
this man is in the middle of surgery. He's going to die.
Total bullshit excuses.
Like, oh my God, fucking get over yourself.
Jesus. Just
so entitled.
Keep pretending like you're not scared of the fear grounds. We all know you're a pussy, Brian.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's so unreal. This haunted house. Ugh.
Jesus. Yeah, fuck those doctors, man.
Yeah, but we start going through the haunted houses, and I'm having a great time. I'm like, this is almost accurate.
Yeah?
Almost. I mean, I've seen some body parts flying around,
True.
and like it's very obvious that these are just very heavy mannequins.
Any splatter? Do they have some splatter
They
going?
had a lot of blood splattered. Like there were little like wall paintings that would spit water at you.
Oh, that's fun.
The actors would hide in the shadows and pop out to be like, bleh.
Ah!
There was one room that I thought was dope as hell. You walk into it and it looks like it's like you're in a room full of toxic sludge.
Oh.
I was like, ooh, this is so scary. And then some guy would like hide underneath the electric lights because you can't see underneath it. It was also so foggy. So he'd jump out and just be like, "Ugh,"
Nice.
scare you.
You're like, ah!
Accidentally, I killed him. But
Oh, that can't
I was a
have
little
gone well.
too trigger happy.
Well, I mean, it does happen, and you're in a smoky room, people jumping out.
I didn't know what to do, and the worst part was like this final house. There were hallways where they purposely didn't put lights on.
Ooh.
So I'm like, where am I going?
Totally. Yeah,
I'm
man.
like, oh fuck.
Yeah, I'd have that laser fucking gun out,
I was
pointed
like,
and
God,
cocked and ready to
this
go.
fucking sucks, dudes.
Yeah.
So
Thanks a lot, freak.
Yeah. Freak wasn't happy though. He was like, oh my God, I have to resuscitate this man. I was like, I'm sorry, Freak, but I blew his head off. Like,
He's not coming back. Just
Hold on, let me speak to his spirit.
Yeah.
So, like, all the other free clinic agents are trying to help this guy, and I'm like, man, you guys fucking suck. Where's the spookiness?
Yeah.
So I just started going through. I'm barreling through the house now. Like, I'm pushing other patrons out of the way. I'm like, you guys suck. You don't understand what it's like to be scared. I'm scary.
True.
People thought I was part of the fucking, like, ride.
Oh, really?
I'm like, just because I have one arm and sharp teeth and a robot hand and I scream a lot and I'm barefoot and I stink doesn't mean that I'm part of the show.
I'm human too.
I'm real.
Yeah. Did you get offered a job or anything up there?
No, they were too scared of me.
Oh, okay.
So I just walked out and I was like, where the fuck's some water or something? I busted through and started walking through these places because it was like in 3 barns in the middle of this Wakanisha place. I don't give a shit. And I barreled open a door, and it seems like it's the break room. And I'm like, all right, fuckers, get out of here. This is my place now. Sticking my finger arm up in the air. Just doing what I usually do. Like, when I'm tired, I'm like, I've had enough of your shit.
Roused.
Violence is always the answer.
Rousting him. Just gets him
Yeah.
out real quick.
And so I just plopped down on a sofa that was in the break room. And sure enough, they had a DVD playing there. And I'm like, oh, they probably watched some spooky movies to like help them get in character. So I'm rifling through. They've got like the standard shit. They've got Halloween. They've got The Thing.
Friday the 13th.
They got Friday the 13th.
Sure.
They had Escape from New York. They had Slither. They had like all these good horror movies. All these classics.
Hellraiser. The
Hellraiser was in there. And then it started getting into the B territory stuff.
Okay.
And then it started getting into the C territory.
Oh wow, they had a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, it was a regular old movie library in this break room. I was like, how do you have so many movies?
Amazing.
I guess they really want to get in character. So
Yeah.
I rifle through. I'm trying to see what's new, and I come across a movie that I've never heard of before, and I figured, this seems like it could be fun.
Yeah.
And I watched Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah,
2 words or 3?
2 words.
Okay.
Sleepaway Camp.
Gotcha. This is older movie.
Oh,
recent?
this is a very old movie. This is an '83 movie. It's part of
1983.
that like series of like slasher movies that quickly followed, I think, after Halloween.
Yeah.
Because after Halloween got super successful, it was just like a string of super shitty slasher movies.
Yeah.
Because that's what was scary.
Yeah, that's what people were into at the time.
Yeah, so Sleepaway Camp is about Angela Baker. She's a traumatized little girl who whose father and brother were viciously murdered in a camping accident many years ago.
Camping accident.
And she's the only survivor of the three, so she's off to live with her cousin and aunt. Very, very suddenly, because like the movie opens up like how her dad and brother get murdered is so fucking funny. So. One shot, you see the dad, and he's with the two kids on his like little sailing boat, and we're like, "Oh, we're gonna have so much fun, kids! Get
on the water!"
And the kids tip the boat and cause the boat to fall over.
Damn.
He's like, "Ha ha! You little tricksters! Y'all ruined the boat ride! Ah,
Thanks a lot.
y'all little shits!" And he starts splashing him. He grabs the daughter's head and then dunks it in the water, and then leaves it for 10 minutes.
Oh, whoa!
No, that didn't happen.
Oh, okay. I was like, yikes.
But in the distance, there's a bunch of teens. Like, there's a teen in the back, like riding on the motorboat. Like, she's on jet skis and she's flying across. And there are two teenagers in a boat just being like, "Come on, Stephanie. Don't you want to suck my cock?"
Oh, my God.
Like that level of, like, bad horror movie dialogue.
Sure, yeah.
They don't realize that, you know, the boat's fallen over, they're not paying attention, and they drive right into the family. Fucking murder the dad.
Oh!
You see the flotation device of the little brother fly out of the water.
Yikes.
You see the little girl, like, flapping around, just like, oh, no!
These sex-crazed teenagers
And then
kill the family.
immediately after that happens, it cuts to this guy who's just watching over them from a distance just go, oh... Oh. and then very quickly it cuts to just this white house, and then very quickly flashes under, like in white text, 8 years later.
Oh, okay.
Immediately goes into the house, and then we're introduced to her aunt and cousin.
All right.
And her aunt is one of those like characters, like it's very much an actor fresh out of acting college.
Ah, okay.
Because like the way that she talks and the like her mannerisms, it feels very much like this is a stage play held by my little sister.
Right, like a theater workshop down at some local place.
Yes, you seem so distraught. Yes, so distraught after your family's murdered that all those years ago.
Right.
Now, when was that? Oh, yes. She constantly like turns her head to look off into the distance to like fucking memorize.
Right. Or talk to some unforeseen audience, right? Like, yeah.
Man, this movie fucking blows.
It sounds like
and
it, already.
The main movie itself blows, but it's also like the ending of it. I don't care if I'm going to spoil this shit because this movie's a big waste of time.
Yeah, and it's 83.
It's 83.
Like, come on.
Like, who gives a shit? Like the whole plot of the movie is that Angela is this fucking weird ass girl because like her family's murdered, and everyone in the camp like picks on her. Mm-hmm. One thing that's like given off right off the bat, one of the camp counselors, the head cook, is a fucking pedophile. Ugh. Like it's confirmed. Like it cuts back to his face while he's watching little kids run across the camp, like licking his lips and shit.
No,
and he's like, fuck yeah.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
I'm gonna get that child pussy.
And he's like some gross old dude. I'm guessing like fatter.
He's just a fat dude. Oh. It's a fat dude with a goatee. It's like every evil fat guy from every fucking horror movie
that
ever.
Goatee, fair haired. I'm guessing like not dark brown.
No, he's got like red hair.
Yeah. Yep, yeah, that's right.
He's got that classic rapist look.
Yeah, classic. Yeah, gingers. Hey, everybody out there, right? This is for you, gingers. Fucking. Yeah. Let's be honest. We all know child rapists are predominantly ginger.
It's very true.
It's a known fact.
It's been written down. It's on Wikipedia.
Mm-hmm, there you go.
If you're born ginger, you're most likely a rapist.
Yeah, so that's why I steer clear.
But in any case, like this movie is fucking bad, Don. It's so bad.
Yeah.
Like the whole plot is these kids. Like the little girl keeps getting fucking picked on either by the staff or other kids there, so she actively goes out to murder these guys, and in like the dumbest ways, with like so little payoff. How she attacks the cook is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. The guy is like in this comically large pot making a soup, and the girl comes in and starts tugging his chair that he's standing on.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh no, I'm gonna fall in the pot. Stop doing that little shit." When he's trying to hold on to like a little like shelf
Yeah.
for like spices and shit.
Yeah.
It's like, this seems like a comically impossible way
Yes.
to be standing over a hot pot of boiling water.
Yes, and completely, it doesn't sound like up to code either. Like,
Yeah,
if you just got, like, spices on a rack above, like, your stove,
Yeah, and
I don't believe that.
I'm like, there's no way that this little girl has the strength to pull the chair away from this 300-pound man.
That chair's being, like, driven into the floor. She can't move
and
that thing.
he's not even standing on it on his tippy toes. He's just
planted.
standing on it.
Yeah, all the weight.
So she tugs the chair away, and the whole pot pours all over him. And the horror is like seeing his face be all burnt up, but it's just like very mediocre like makeup on his hands,
Like
just to
Play-Doh.
make it look like he has boils. And
Yeah.
it's like a good solid minute of him going, like the scream where your tongue sticks out.
Ah! Yeah.
What are some of the other murders? She's able to like this little boy is trying to goof around with his friends. He capsizes his boat and he puts his head underneath the boat to be like, my friends all think I'm dead. And then she pops up out of the water and he's like, oh, what are you doing here? And she has the strength to grab him by his hair and then push him down and drown him.
Oh, dunk. I figured there'd have to be some drowning going on.
What's another one? Like, she finds a beehive and throws a beehive
Whoa.
into a fucking boys' room stall after, like, locking it with a broom.
Damn.
And all of a sudden, like, the bees were able to eat him?
That's a gamble on her
Because,
part.
like, he's screaming, like, oh, God, these fucking bees! He breaks the door down. And then the next cut is just this very fake prop body.
Yeah.
Coated in blood with bees all over it.
Yeah, it's like, dude, bees they just sting, okay? The bees aren't eating people.
It's so stupid. It's so poorly acted. But then the reveal. This movie is just like, there are two scenes that I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Mm-hmm. Like, the first is Angela, the little girl, thinks of a time when she caught her dad and the guy that was staring at them, like, going, oh, when they died.
Yeah.
They were in bed, like, just after they had sex.
Oh. So it's the little girl saw her dad and another man
banging.
make love, presumably?
And then it
Okay.
cuts to her and her brother in a bed, like, letting the brother, like, poke her chest.
Oh, no.
And the camera keeps circling around this bed of just the two of them, just, like, sitting in a bed. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
So
What are you
weird.
trying to say?
Yeah, ew.
I get it's the 80s, and that was, like, mega homophobic time.
Right.
But
yeah.
my God.
No. The implying that, like, a daughter became super disturbed at the sight of, like, her dad, like, in bed with a dude. I mean, like, I don't know. That's to the point where she's killing all these people. Like, yeah, I think that's.
But that's not the worst of it. So the final reveal, like, Angela's now finally going on a murder spree. She's killing, like, everyone she comes in contact
Right.
with. The whole movie, like, she's been, like, hit on by this boy who's, like, friends with her cousin.
Uh-huh.
And they're, like, schmoozing up. They trade kisses, and it's very cute. It's very, like, oh, they're young teens. They're, like, 15, 14.
I got you a gift.
It's a piece of grass.
It's my wet lip. So, like, it cuts to the two of them in the middle of a field, and you see Angela like petting his head, and they're naked. So it's like, oh, they must have had sex or something.
All right.
And the kids are like, Angela, are you okay? It cuts to a fucking flashback where it's revealed that Angela wasn't the little girl, but the little boy.
Oh.
And that the aunt forced him to become Angela.
Oh,
So the
okay.
reveal is, instead of just being like, oh my God, it's a murderer with the severed head of that small child in her lap.
Yeah.
It's, oh my God, she's a boy.
Right. Forget the severed head. She's got a dick.
And then she, like, Angela stands up, and it's a very obvious mask with, like, someone in a microphone going, and there's this, and it cuts, like, it pulls the camera back just to see the dick.
Just to show the peen?
Just to show the dick.
Are you serious?
And then it cuts to the actual actor, like, the actual actress who plays Angela, her real face going, ah, and the fucking credits roll.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, that's the big reveal?
Right. That's why she killed everyone. She's a little tranny.
Because she's trans.
That's horrible. That is so bad.
Trans are monsters.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's
Apparently
pretty...
there are fucking sequels to this movie.
What?
But Angela is still in all of them.
And it's still Angela. Like it's not
still Angela.
And no one like the kids that saw the
she
peen
keeps going
didn't...
back to the same camp.
The same camp?
She goes back to the camp a second time in the second one. The third one, apparently she becomes a fucking camp counselor.
Oh my god, they made her a counselor? She is so not qualified
I'm
for
like,
that.
that is the dumbest setup to a fucking horror movie I think I've ever heard of in my entire fucking life.
Hey, you remember that one year we lost all of our campers because they were murdered?
Well, remember when that small boy who was horribly, horribly mistreated and abused by his aunt into
being a little girl,
into being a forced trans?
And played around with that severed head after she killed the guy.
The only good trans is a dead trans.
Let's make her a counselor. I think that'd be perfect.
Yes.
I don't want to stay here all summer.
Oh my god, the movie is it's horrible. Like the content of it is bad. Like the actual kills are so bad, and then like it's got these like homophobic undertones. I'm like, what
Clearly.
the fuck is this?
Yeah, no,
What is the message that you're doing here?
Just your description of the payoff.
This
is
child
like...
is messed up because she watched her father have sex with a man, and also she didn't want to be a she. I don't know what's going on. What are you trying to do here?
Right, exactly.
Also, don't try and make your serious reveal of the girl being a boy with the aunt character that goes, yes, I should call you Angela.
Right.
Angela.
This overacting.
What a beautiful little girl's name.
Don't you think so? Yes, I think that might be the case, yeah.
I'm okay with never watching this movie again.
Yeah. No, it sounds bad.
It's not a good time.
Sleepaway Camp.
Sleepaway Camp is a no-no.
Stay away from it.
But you know what is a yes?
What's that?
Those bookies.
Yes, the first Law trilogy. That is definitely a yes. That's what Greg and I are saying. Sleepaway Camp from the 80s. Stay away from that shit unless you want to see...
Watch a better horror movie.
Yeah.
And the good thing is it's fucking November now, so time to be spooky is over. Now it's time to be thankful.
Yeah, I guess so. And that is actually sort of the theme of what our question is today from Greg's
really?
List. Yeah, actually.
Oh, for all of our new friendos who have never heard the show before, Greg's List is your way to be a part of the conversation.
Yep.
What you want to do is hit up our Gmail account, Greg's List, so that's 3 G's, Regs List at gmail.com, where you can send us any form of question regarding anything that's on your mind. You can talk about your day. You can talk about what content you've been up to.
Yeah.
You can give us suggestions, or you can just give us wild, crazy questions, and we'll read them right here for you.
Absolutely. It's one of our favorite parts of the show. It makes us feel like it's not just Greg and I here. It brings
the
you
point of being
into
a
it.
boxcar buddy is being in the boxcar with your buddies. And
Yeah.
right now, we're your buddy.
That's right. And
force.
by force, you're our buddy now. Do you get that?
Yes, you seem like you would be delightful to be a boxcar buddy. Yes, a buddy, even.
But actually, we're all set with boy buddies. We need a little girl buddy.
Yes, we have 2 boys. I already have a little boy in my family. We don't need 2 boys. That's a real fucking line.
That just won't do. That simply will not do.
Simply will not do.
Yeah, absurd. So yeah, anyway though, the message that we've chosen today from our Greg's List treasure trove is from Felix.
Felix.
Hey Felix.
Where's Felix coming out of?
Felix is from Milwaukee, oddly enough.
Speaking of Wisconsin.
Right, not from Waukesha, where that lovely farm thing.
Waukesha.
Waukesha.
What about Christopher Walken?
He goes up to Waukesha.
Oh, he checks out the Shawshank Redemption?
Actually, I think he walks all around Wisconsin because there's Waukesha, there's Milwaukee, there's Waukegan. I think that's actually
What's
probably
with
here,
all the
but-
fucking walking?
I don't know.
Wisconsin doesn't exactly strike me as an active state.
It's not a walker's paradise for sure. No, it's cold and a lot of
Spending
fields.
most of my life sitting in this bar eating cheese curds.
It is a
I
cheese
churned
eater's.
butter once or twice, living in this non-walking paradise.
Give me another brat. Another brat, please.
You're gay.
So, Felix from Milwaukee says, hey, guys. Hey, Felix. Appreciate you writing in.
Welcome, Felix. I like your name. It sounds like a cat.
It does. Now that Halloween is over, Felix says, Christmas is everywhere.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It's true.
Yes.
He's right.
It's so true.
It's immediate. Literally like November 1st, today, like this day.
Like Thanksgiving hasn't even happened. I don't see anything regarding Thanksgiving.
No,
out.
they blow right by it. So Felix says, the stores by me have already put out their Christmas decorations. Yeah, I hear you, man. And I'm hearing Christmas music on occasion, he says. So my question is, what about another holiday between Halloween and Christmas? I mean, Thanksgiving is okay, he makes mention of it, but I'm tired of everyone telling me to be thankful. Well, that's fair. I mean, people do like to spout about gratitude a lot around Thanksgiving.
Yeah, they really like to spit down your throat like, I'm thankful.
I'm so thankful for you!
I'm so thankful for my wife, for my family, for my dog,
For my ungrateful kids!
for my health insurance bills.
Which just crapped out on me when I needed them
I'm
most!
thankful for my auto insurance.
I'm thankful for this piece of shit turkey that my wife can't cook right
I'm thankful
after 20 years!
I'm thankful for my mother's funeral.
I'm thankful for my dad who always tells me what a fuck up I am!
I'm so thankful.
That seems like this is a typical Thanksgiving in both Greg and I's
In
lives.
our family homes.
Yeah, this is how it goes for us. But so yeah, he says he's tired of everyone telling him to be thankful. Then he follows that up with, I mean, I'm an atheist, so Christmas and Thanksgiving. He actually spelled it this time Xmas and tea giving. So now he confesses to being an atheist and then abbreviates both holidays. He says, so I'm an atheist, so Xmas
So
and tea
he's
giving.
appropriating our holidays right now.
Right. He says they're kind of meh for me.
Okay, all right. You want to talk about spitting down your throats? Let's talk about atheism sticking down your throat.
And then he says, here, what about an atheist holiday?
Oh, God!
Felix, what the fuck does that look like?
The point of being atheist is you just don't believe in any of that shit.
Yeah,
If
you want nothing.
If you have a holiday and you go to church or something like that,
Yes, which there are atheist churches,
that counts
right?
as a religion.
Yes, it is exactly what
it's
it
the
is.
religion of non.
The worst thing to me is a preachy atheist. It really is, because they're literally...
Sorry to put you on the split roast here right now, Felix, but
Yeah.
you kind of fucking asked for
Sorry,
it.
we're making some generalizing statements, not necessarily
I mean,
applying to
I'm
this.
an atheist, but I'm not going to be like...
You're not preachy about it.
Oh, you're gonna celebrate Christmas. I celebrate Christmas because I want free shit.
Yeah, well, of course, and because everybody around you and your family probably does. It's just the nice thing to do. It's like, just because you're an atheist doesn't mean you have to be a dick, like a contrarian dickhead. The thing that bothers me is that it's like, if you're so against religion, why the fuck are you preaching to me about how great atheism is? That's the same thing as a religion.
That sounds exactly like my parents when you go out and say, oh, I don't believe in this. Like, oh, but that sounds like you're going to go to hell.
Exactly.
As soon as you're like, but I believe in God. Oh, but God isn't real.
Yeah,
you got to
right.
remember that, little junior.
That's right. Yeah, so it's just...
there was no Jesus.
You know that.
In this church, we hand around imaginary bread just to show the message.
Yeah, we listen to Coldplay. That's what we do. We play Coldplay and we
listen to Dave Matthews Band.
No, well, we tried. It was a little too religious.
The band of non-religion. Dave Matthews.
But yeah, that's what we play
no
board
Satanism
games.
in this house and no Christian rock.
Nothing. Yeah, that's what an atheist church would be like.
Do you think that's how like atheist families are raised? Like a kid is just so annoyed with their parents' atheism that they start believing in Christianity?
Maybe, yeah, exactly. Just like kids of Catholic parents.
I hate you, Mom and Dad. They close and lock the door, turn up the radio. God is good.
Turn up the Christian rock.
God is great.
Right.
We're all gonna stay together and never masturbate. Oh, Jesus
loves you.
I love Jesus.
Yeah, rocking out. And then they're reading the Bible to themselves.
All right, in any case, let's get to Felix's actual question. So
that's what it was.
A holiday.
A holiday between Halloween and Christmas, and then what about an atheist holiday?
An atheist holiday defeats the purpose of being atheist?
Yeah, I'm going to squash that right now. I don't even know what that would look like. A bunch of people, not wearing any markable clothing.
Yeah. You would dress up like you normally... It would
You'd
be
go
a
to
normal
work.
fucking day.
You'd go to work. You would fucking talk to the same people you normally do. You would make no celebration of any kind.
It's the only... You know what? Maybe we should give them this day. It's the only day of the year where you can put up with someone who's being an atheist. You have to allow them them
into your circle.
Yes, you have to allow them to say all their atheist bullshit. Ugh. It's like Atheist Exception Day.
Can I still roll my eyes when they do this?
Ted's coming into work today. Hey, guys, did you not pray this morning? Oh, man, it's so good waking up knowing that my biology is the reason why I am so ugly.
Hey, guess
and not
what?
because of a magic man in the sky saying that boy should have a hip where his shoulder should be.
Right. And I know all of you are so concerned about what happens after you die. I got news for you. It's nothing.
Listen, guys, there is no heaven. There is no hell.
You go nowhere.
It's just nowhere.
You're just going to be lying down there as worm food.
But maybe you should be a good person because, you know, you want to look good, don't you?
I mean, it all matters what other people think, and that's what the doing good is all about.
Actually, I hate this fucking holiday idea.
Squashed.
It
That's what we
gives
say.
more entitled people reason to be entitled.
Exactly. I personally, like, the religion thing, the way I feel about it is that that's a private thing. That's literally how I feel about it. I think the idea of organized religion, church of any kind, to me, is a little bit backwards. I like the way that the Romans did it. You have a hearth in the home, and you fucking pray to whomever you want to, in the way that you want to, but when you step outside the door, it's nobody's fucking business. That's how I feel about it.
Did you make sure to pray to Mercury today there, Nostradamus?
Don't forget about the Lady of Love. She's jealous. Yeah,
Mars has been really feeding my family. You should be checking out Mars.
try and pray to him. Don't forget about Jupiter. He's the best.
I love Jupiter. Saturn is a great guy, too.
You know who I pray to? Uranus. Ha ha! Sorry about that.
You know, Neptune has been really good for our fishing.
And Venus, my, I love that statue. I have masturbated to that 7 times just this week.
Hey there, friendo. Have you been praying to Anansi? If you don't, all 8 of those legs are going to be trampling all over your grave.
But you can pray to a Nazi, if you feel like. But
Yes,
you'll be killed.
on National Praise a Nazi Day.
Yes, which is not the atheism holiday.
No, that would be like that would be an alt-right holiday.
It would. And
I think
it'd
know
be
what?
fucked up if they did it during Hanukkah.
That'd be so fucked.
It'd be brutal. It'd be brutal for them to do that.
Two conflicting holidays at once. Yikes.
Yeah, but I think that there's got to be more Jewish people than there are like white supremacists, right?
I would hope so.
That's math that I really don't want to delve into. Actually, I think that'd be spooky.
You know what? I think No Fap November should be a national holiday.
No Fap November.
Really? Yeah, you know
No
Fap November,
so
right?
Sober October rolls into No Fap November. What kind of fun are you supposed to be having?
Have you
at the
never
end
heard
of the year?
No Fap November?
I have not.
I mean, it's
actually.
already an internet thing. Like it's been an internet thing since the internet. Like it's a joke. Like let's see how far you can go without masturbating, you sad lonely virgins.
I know on the internet for that to have started there too. It's like what? What am I supposed to do after I'm done with this conversation?
You're gonna be on the internet.
And no fapping? Like,
Yeah, there's plenty of things to do on the internet besides fap nowadays. You can be angry on Reddit.
Yeah.
You can be racist.
True.
You can be a weird Etsy craftsman.
those are all true. But
You can make a profile on Regretsy.
ooh, what's Regretsy?
It's like Etsy, but for things that you really don't want. It's a lot of bodysuits.
Oh my god, Regretsy. This is
I
too
think
much.
you know what I'm laying it down. I think No Fap November should become an official American holiday.
For a whole month.
A whole month. Like let's treat it like a national month of like prostate cancer awareness. No Fap November. We're not fapping for our brothers who have lost their prostates.
Oh,
And then we should also have another month that's like dedicated to breast cancer.
I suppose. But then what are you going to do? Not feel any boobs for that month?
Yeah, I guess so.
Fuck that! These are terrible months.
These are
I'd rather
good.
scratch those right
These
off
are
the
fucking
calendar
empowering.
right now.
These remind you of what could be gone at any moment.
I suppose.
The only
What if
cases.
they're gone right in the middle of that month?
Listen, if you find out that you have prostate cancer during No Fap November, you are allowed to do whatever the fuck you want.
You're entitled to.
You're
a fap.
entitled to a fap.
Yeah, for sure.
But it is illegal now to fap for a whole month.
So that's your holiday, Felix.
All right, everyone.
No Fap November.
All right,
Fuck
it's
your
November.
fucking
It's November
atheist
1st.
holiday.
Let's go to Target so we can get our chastity belts. Oh, I don't like the Greater Value brand.
I need it to be comfortable. It's a whole
I get my brands from TJ Maxx because they're flexible.
I need mine to be vegan. No animal parts in mine. I refuse to go to Target because they don't have any known vegan brands.
You know, I just picked one up from Trader Joe's. It's reusable.
It's called $2 no fuck. Damn you and your clever branding, Trader Joe's.
We just buy the family packs from BJ's.
And Dad keeps all the keys in his room.
I buy a big wooden crate full of chastity belts. You know, these kids keep getting older and older. Dad, I'm 6. Puberty won't happen for me for a while.
Well, get ready.
You put that belt on, young man.
I made it WWE style just for you. I thought you'd like it.
Darling, did you put on the chastity belt? I sure did, darling. Are you ready for the teasing? Well, let's do it. Prostate cancer awareness for the win.
And then they just bump.
You know what? I'm thinking about this now. This holiday sounds like it's an MRA fucking nightmare.
Completely. Yeah, completely. Yeah, sorry, Felix.
Oh, no. I am still standing. I'm standing for No Fap November.
I got you. No, Greg's all about No Fap November.
I think it's hilarious. You cannot wank your junk for an entire month.
I just
no
can't.
Spanking, no spunking.
I can't get over Sober October into No Fap November. You might as well just fuck. And then what? You just
drinking
Christmas?
Like you spend all of October fapping, and then you spend all of November drinking.
Well, once you're drunk enough, how are you going to not be just trying to rip your chastity belt off and fap because you're aggravated?
You know, the keys are held by government agencies. You're not allowed to get your key back.
Oh, you have to go to the DMV to turn your keys in.
No, the PMV.
Yes. Yeah, or the post office or one of those. A government-run building for sure. You have to get the key back. November 1st, lock that shit up and bring the keys in. You have until 5 p.m.
You have to go to a currency exchange.
Oh yeah, you do. What?
Listen, I'll trade my chastity for an entire month. I just need $30.
Sorry, we can't do that. You need to give me the key now. It's a law. It's on the wall there.
It is illegal. You can't do that in here.
Sorry.
You cannot do this.
You close the belt back up now.
Listen, make sure to bring your chastity belts to the local library. For every chastity belt, there's one free book for rental.
True. Martha actually does have a chastity belt. She loves the thing. It's got fangs on it, too. It's pretty weird.
I don't even have a penis. I just think it's funny.
It's protection.
It drives my husband crazy.
Martha, I thought you killed your husband 5 years ago.
Oh, his ghost has been hanging out inside our building.
Wow. Oh, that's kind of cool.
I made sure that her husband was permanently infused into a book.
Freak. That was kind of nice of you in a way, I guess. If Martha likes it.
I owed her a favor.
Fair enough. Nice guy. Yeah, freak accommodates. But yeah, Felix, fuck your atheist holiday, and and I'm sorry. Yeah, I just that's this. Oh, and then damn it. Then he finishes with anyway. Great job. Looking forward to your answer.
Good job. Keep it up.
Yeah. Felix from Milwaukee. Well, yeah. That's what we have.
Thanks
for
you.
Thanks
for the question, Felix. But you know what? That. Tone it down with like the whole like. I'm atheist.
Yeah, Yeah, you can just keep that shit to yourself. No reason to bring everybody in on that party. And as for your holiday, I don't know. I mean, for me, Halloween and then Thanksgiving and then Christmas, it's kind of a nice pace. You know, it's they're at the end of every month, leading to the end of the year. Then you have
got
New Year's,
Hanukkah and Ramadan in there.
You do, yeah, exactly. If you want to celebrate like some of those, you're more than free to do that.
Or is Ramadan in September? I can't remember. I'm sorry.
I
was raised in a
Kwanzaa. It's Kwanzaa. That's in.
I know Kwanzaa is the other one.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was raised in a very Catholic camper van.
For sure. And made to put on female clothes, and until you went to sleepaway camp and showed everybody your peen.
Oh my God, it's a boy! He was a boy all along.
Yeah. Anyway, thanks again, Felix. We appreciate that. And again, you can submit any question or suggestion or anything at all to GoogleGregslist@gmail.com anytime. We love to hear from you. But in the meantime, I think that's going to do it for Greg and I this week. We're going to slither on out of here. I'm going to make use of those jingle bells, actually. I'm going to stand on a street corner and see if I can get somebody to toss some change in our buckets.
And I'm going to eat this bag of candy that I stole from children.
Ooh. Oh, do you have any Reese's in there? Come on. No, come on, man. Let me just see what you got in there. No, don't eat. No, not too quickly. No, come on. Damn it. Let me just eat. Fuck. He's so fast when he's got candy. All right, yeah. So we're just no.
Never catch me, fucker!
You better save a Reese's for me. I won't let you forget it. All right, yeah, so we're saying stay away from Sleepaway Camp, but do read the First Law trilogy if you're into fantasy books, and it'll be worth your time. But until next week, Greg and I signing off, and you're the best. Peace.
Have a Twizzler, fucker!
Ow! Oh, I hate those! Oh, it's
How about an Almond Joy?
no, these are okay, but ow,
so many Almond Joys!
He's pelting me with I don't know, the melted coconut is weighing me down!
Get in your coconut shit pile, bitch!
Oh, it's melted over me now.
You become a chocolate man.
What you just heard was a fantasy, a fiction cooked up for your amusement and the catharsis of the hosts. Please have mercy on them.